going on, everyone? Dustin Koppel here, and I'm the travel and disc golfer. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some drills that I do in order to practice when I don't have a huge area to do some field work. So a lot of times when I see people practicing, they just go out into a field, they're throwing discs, they're trying different angles. I kind of take a different approach to it, and I really like to mix up the drills that I do and practice different situations that would actually happen in the tournament, instead of just working on form and seeing how far I can throw. Now granted, yes, that's super important to, always work that stuff and whatnot and putting, but I like to give it a whole different feel. So I'm going to be sharing some of the drills today with you guys, and you're going to see a little series here that we do. I'll be talking. All right guys, so the first drill we're going to do is what I call gap hitting. Now this drill, very, very easy. All you need is two trees that are close together. This one, these are about 7-8 feet apart. And behind it, I'm going to be using two trees just to kind of talk about the distances. But, because when we do throw it, yes, you need to be aiming at something. So if you have a practice basket, you can put behind it cones, or like I'm doing today, just some other trees. And the first two that I'll throw will go to the first tree, then the last three will go to the further tree. First tree is roughly about 100 feet where we are. Second one's about 130. So it's just really good to mix in different distances like that. So this drill, and a lot of these drills, I'm going to have to give credit to Brandon Harrell, who owns Knoxville School of Disc Golf out in Knoxville, Tennessee. Me and him worked together for quite some time, and we shared a lot of different ideas. I really, really do enjoy different drills, and I came up with a bunch, and me and him traded ideas and stuff like that. So some of the drills that I share, I'm going to have to give a shout out to him because he taught me them, and then some of these are just things that I practice on my own. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be throwing some Envies today. There's a few different molds. All right, so now we're going to be aiming for that further tree, 3 more Envies. And that is why it's good to come out and practice, because we want to try to avoid things like that. But overall, 4 out of 5, about 50 feet back from that gap. All of those for where I was aiming was circle 1. So hey, I'd be putting. I'm happy with it. But now we're going to talk about, from a different angle, one more variation of this. All right, so we're going to do a variation to this. I'm going to be throwing sidearm now, because it's good to always practice backhand sidearm, and you can change this up and throw thumbers or tomahawks as well. But this is kind of another cool variation. We have a tunnel shot here, you can kind of see. So all I did was change my angle a little bit. Now there's some trees that are forming a tunnel, and I'm actually going to be aiming this one a little bit further away. There's about 200 feet. There's a big grouping of trees, and we'll just kind of see how this goes as well. For this one, I'm going to be throwing my favorite mid-range. These are pyros. So we will see how this one goes. All right, so as always, we're out here practicing. Not every shot is going to be perfect. I want to show you guys raw footage, but it's just good, like I said, to change up the way that we do this. Coming out in the woods, very, very simple. Gap hitting and the tunnel shots, and all you got to do is just change the angle a little bit, and then you have a whole different look, different drills. If you have the practice basket, you can use different distances. You can go different distances from or the original gap that you're trying to hit. And this is just good, especially for tournament field, because having this out here, getting the work in, this just gives you that touch when you're comfortable versus just practicing it when you're out on the course. And like I said, field work, great, but actually implicating it in the woods, whole different game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel.